Breaking news to get to. Gunshots fired inside a Kensington home, ending with a suspect dead and an officer shot in the hand. I'm Jason Martinez.
And I'm Sheba Russell. The police commissioner offering a briefing less than an hour ago. And Shawnette, you were there. What did she tell you?
Well, here's what we can tell you about that officer. He was shot in the hand during that incident that happened tonight. He is right now here at Temple Hospital. We're outside the emergency entrance here where you can see police have blocked off the street here. As for the officer, we're told he is in stable condition and could be released tonight. Meanwhile, that suspect we know died at the scene. So here's what we know. Just after 7 o'clock tonight, officers responded to gunshots on the 2800 block of Ruth Street and say when they got there, they saw shell casings on the ground right in front of that house. The officers say they hear a commotion inside the house. They go in. They say at that same time, people began coming out, and police say those people were pointing the officers in the direction to go inside the house. Officers say they eventually found a man that was hiding in a crawl space and gave several orders for him to come out, but they say he would not come out. Investigators say there was a struggle that happened between the man and the officers as they tried to get him out of the crawl space. At some point, they tried to tase him and say that the suspect tried to take the taser from the officers, and that's when the officers say that they heard a shot and one officer fell to the ground. That is the officer we know at this point was shot in the hand. Commissioner Danielle Outlaw said, speaking to reporters tonight, that 3 officers fired their weapons, striking the man who again died at the scene. Police say it is unclear right now where the initial shot that was fired came from that hit the officer in the hand.
At this point, again, where the rounds came from, who shot, how many, all of that are things that any preliminary investigation wouldn't be able to tell you right away. But our officers, our detectives are on scene now. The investigation will be going on through the night and through the next few days, and we'll know more as time progresses.
So we also just found out moments ago, police say they did find a gun inside that house in the area where the suspect was. Important to note, though, they say they do not know right now who that gun belonged to, whether the suspect had it, because, again, we mentioned earlier, several people came rushing out of that house as officers came in. Jason and Sheba?
And again, they're not sure who actually shot the officer, correct, Shawnette?
That is correct. They don't have that information yet. Again, we know that 3 officers fired a shot at that suspect who we know is dead. But again, the initial shot that hit the officer, they are not sure where that gunfire came from.
All right, Shawnette, thank you very much on the scene of breaking news there. A huge junkyard.